Oh boy. It has been, just a little bit of time since I last uploaded one of these. But yeah. Today we're gonna continue our ranking of every single platform in Hollow Knight. And so I thought, because it has been a while, let's start off with something a little bit simpler. Let's start off with everything that is the deepest part of Hollow Nest. The Ancient Basin, as well as the Abyss. Now, something to kind of remember, right? This is just a small portion of it. If you look very closely, that little green bar up here, this is how long this entire thing is. It is massive. So we're gonna go through each and every portion of this. I might make it a little bit smaller if I can. Yeah, okay, this is a much clearer depiction. It's a way bigger than you probably think. But we're gonna go through it, and I'm gonna rank every single platform. And just so that you are aware, again, you have to take this with a grain of salt because I am both a speedrunner and a challenge runner. And so what that kind of means is if you think that this specific platform, it should be higher because it's a good platform or it has a respawn point, that is up to, you have to take it with a little bit of grain of salt. So just putting that out there. Alright. And so I think it would be a good idea to just kind of start from where we really enter this area first, which is, for most of us, all the way up here. Most of us will probably enter this area, not necessarily through Deep Nest or any other location, but we're probably entering this over here, which is the broken elevator from the City of Tears. So immediately upon entering, you'll notice that there's a couple of, floating platforms, all of which we can rank. Just in case you haven't been keeping up, I am considering everything, or I'm going to be ranking only the floating platforms that only have one walkable surface and is not attached to the ceiling, wall, or floor. So something like this. Technically, we are not going to count that because it is attached to the floor and, the floor spikes, I suppose. If I could have gone underneath it, that's up for debate, but because we can't, I will not be ranking that one. However, this one right here, completely isolated from anything else, only one floor to walk upon, that is completely fair. And so I'll be ranking this one. But because this is our first platform, it's kind of like an introduction. Just kind of saying, hey, you've made it to a slightly different area than the City of Tears. This is a good platform. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Remember, in ye old ranking systems, 5 is average, 7 is not. Hey, please understand that. But this is 6.5. This small platform is pretty good. I actually kind of like this platform because it is a good basis of hopping around between different pillars. This one, I think, actually will get a 7. This one here, because of this, I think his name is a Sentry Husk, or Winged Sentry. Sentry? Not Century, like the years. I think this one probably gets a 6. It can be a little bit annoying because if you're not paying attention, you can easily fall into the spikes, but it's not bad. Now, these two platforms actually are the most average platforms, honestly. Like, they're just kind of there. They don't really do anything bad. They don't really do anything good, per se. They're just kind of there. So they're not bad, but they're not, outstanding either. Kind of same thing for this one. The only purpose of this one is so that you can more easily go from here to there. Obviously, you can just jump and dash onto this one, but I guess they were nice enough to put a platform there. I'm not really sure why, but okay. But this is our first little main area. Once you go past here, there's a couple of, actually there's only 2. Something like this one. Here's a good example. This giant piece in the middle, this will not count towards a platform, or one that I'm going to rank, mainly because it is attached to the floor, but also has a separated walkable surface all the way down there. So that's something I'm not going to be ranking. However, this big boy right here, that is isolated, only one walkable surface, completely fine. But this one probably gets like a 3 at best. It really doesn't have a purpose to being there, right? Even if this were not to be there, what's really hindering or progressing our movement. It's just there. If this were here, if this was not here, there's literally like almost no difference in gameplay. So I feel like not that great. Unlike this one I'm actually gonna give it a 4.5. Main reason is because you could also just fall straight down, which I think is really nice. Or if you're trying to get out, its sole purpose is so that you can climb out this way, or I guess if you want to go the other way. But that's its only purpose being there. It's kind of cool, but also not really great as a platform. It's just, eh. So I'm only going to give it a 4.5. Now, upon falling into that little, I guess, next transition, we are greeted with these 3 platforms. These 3 platforms are not bad, actually. I actually like this platform. This is a powerful 7. This is the first thing you land on, and you can immediately see, ah, yes, there's 2 more platforms for me to land on. But neither of them are really all that important. However, I will say this one gets a 5, this one gets a 6, because if you go this way, you can immediately see there's another location. That's pretty good. Unlike this one, where if you go here, you might be tempted to see nothing. Unless you actually recognize that there's something down here. But that's, most people don't really recognize that first. So I'm going to give this one a 5 and this one a 6. Now, I will actually go, I will specify, right? This is a very large area. It's a very tall area. Yeah, no, I know this part may not seem tall, especially since it's very wide. But the other half of the abyss is very tall. But something that is nice is that everything past here, like everything to the right of this area, there's nothing there. Right? There's technically the White Palace here, but we're not going to deal with that today. Even though technically, yes, quote unquote, it is located in the abyss, Ancient Basin. I'm dealing with Path of Pain and White Palace another day. That is not for this video. So I'm just going to continue with this area. However, before continuing on into, the Abyss and the Ancient Basin, I'm actually going to go to the left first, because it's technically a little bit smaller. I don't know why this is here. I think I accidentally did that. That might have been a complete accident. Oops. Let's fill that up, shall we? There we go. Okay, back to where we were. Okay. But upon going down into this area, this is where you actually save Cloth. Or, if you, depending on what your goal is, this is how you also kill Cloth as well. But for some of us, this is how we save Cloth as well. Going in, there's really not a whole lot of platforms. I think there's only a couple. Yep, there's Cloth. Hello. That was an accident. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot here. I think this is also like the end of the... Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, because there's more down there thanks to Lost Kin. Actually, is there no platform in this entire area? Oh, I thought there was at least one. Never mind. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that makes it a lot easier. But, okay, so I guess we're going to continue into the Ancient Basin. And we're immediately greeted with this platform right here. Just like before, this platform is very similar to this one, where you go down there and you can easily tell if you go to the right, it's a dead end. If you go to the left, you are greeted with lots and lots of things. So this one, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 7.5 because, there's more to see as opposed to this one. And then we are greeted with lots and lots of big boy platforms. As you can tell, we have one here, we have this little smaller one, and we have 3 more down here. These platforms, they still count because they only have one walkable surface. They're not attached to any wall or ceiling or floor, so they're still good. I will say, I don't really like this platform specifically that much, but it's okay. Aesthetic-wise, it's nice. I'm gonna give it a pure 5. Unlike this one, I actually do like this one. I'm not entirely sure the reason as to why, but this one does not have any armored crawlids. I think that's what they're called, these guys. And so it makes it very, very safe to maneuver around this platform. So it's pretty good. I like it. This platform, however, is... Honestly, I don't like this one. The main reason is because I always forget it's there. And so when I'm trying to speedrun and I'm going down this way, I will either hit this one or that one. Like, it's almost always guaranteed that I land on one of these two platforms. And so, also because the purpose of this platform is for you to go in here, you give 3,000 geo for this tiny, tiny soul vessel. So it's kind of not that great. I'm going to give this one a 4. And kind of similarly, this one's whole purpose is that you can maneuver this way. Or, I guess technically this way, if you really wanted to. Because it's really hard to kind of get there from here. You would need double jump, and I think, actually, I don't even know if you can reach it. You would have to go up here, double jump onto here, and then jump off to get there. So it's kind of out of the way. So I don't really like that platform. This platform, I'm going to give it a 3. Not that impressive. This platform, however, with the singular armored crawlid, it's not bad. It does add to the, platforming sequence of it. Because without it, it does kind of look like it would be very empty. So it's not bad. I'll give it a 5. Actually, no, I'm going to give this a 4.5. It's not bad, but it's not, very exciting either. This one got a 4 because I just don't really like it all that much. This big boy here, this one also does not have any armored crawlids on it, it looks like. However, this one, I feel like no one really cares for, right? Because most people understand that this distance here is not the biggest, as comparatively to like this one. And there is an armored crawlid on the left side of it, which means if you're trying to climb up, you will have to be careful about this guy. And it's kind of more of a hassle and annoyance. And I think it's actually faster to climb up one of these two walls. Or at least I feel like I've seen many people climb up the other walls. I'm not really entirely sure. But I feel like this one's just kind of whatever. It's gonna get a 5 for me. But this one is smack dab in the middle. And because it's like in the middle, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5. It's pretty nice. Nothing really powerfully going for it, but it does add to the, aesthetic of this entire room. And so therefore, I think it's pretty nice. This platform. The reason why I'm saying this platform is because I think this platform can be very strange. And the reason why is because, if you didn't know, there is a way to get up here early. Right? Normally, the intended route is that you go all the way over here and down this way, and then you get double jump. I did it again. You get double jump from, Broken Vessel, and then you double jump your way up here. However, you can, you can die here, and then you can have your shade. That was a terrible, looks like more like a rabbit, but you can have the shade there, and you can actually shade skip via fireball. Actually, you know what? That was not a bad fireball. No, you can fireball skip up there. And you can also, I think you can ball stall against this slope right here to kind of go up there as well. So you can pogo off that. However, the reason why this one comes into play is because this armored crawlid is a way to get soul. If you have this, the dream nail, which you should at this point, you can use the dream nail to hit him when you're up here, so that you can get more soul, so that you can gather, fireball stall, or to get this guy's attention, so that he can shoot a fireball, so that you can pogo off. This platform is actually kind of important, and because of that, okay, I'll be completely honest, I suck at fireball stall. It's so hard. I've never gotten it. Okay, well, I've gotten it like once. But I never got it again, intentionally. And so, not to say that I got it intentionally, but really all this to say, it's extremely hard. I don't do it. It's very inconsistent for me, and I don't know how to actually do it properly. But for the people who can do it, this can be a very important platform. So for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Probably the highest one we've had so far, actually it is. But that's how important it can be, because it's so vital in being able to get Soul and for Fireball Stall. You know, unlike this tiny platform. This tiny platform, its sole purpose is so that you can climb up here and go up there. That's literally it. So for this one, 5. Pure average. It just, no other reason than other to get up. Now, I could go down here and into the actual abyss. However, I'm going to save that for a little bit later because you also notice there's nothing here. That's because I have a whole nother tab for the abyss, and we'll get to that later. But for now, I'm going to zoom out. I know there's nothing off to the right. And we're simply going to continue going left towards the other parts of this area. Now, it is pretty nice because technically there's a lot of areas that don't have actual floating platforms. I do want to say, though, I want to rate this one specifically. Mainly because there is a crystal dash skip to get over here where you have your shade over here and you pogo off of him. It's really hard. I did it once for a speedrun and I would rather not do it again because it takes a long time. So for this one, because of its potential, but also its frustration, this one gets a 7.5. I know I'm going to put a little asterisk right here just saying this is not actually a floating platform, but I wanted to rank this one anyways. Moving into the area with the, broken vessel / lost kin, you are greeted to quite the maze. However, there's not many platforms, it looks like. However, there is one right here. And we have this guy. I don't actually remember his name. He's a type of Moloch, I believe. But this platform right here, believe it or not, is actually really cool. For a couple of reasons, actually. One is because it's taken up entirely by this enemy that you can very easily kill just by jumping, slashing, whatever. However, you can actually go underneath it too. You can dash, pogo, dash. And basically, you can bypass this guy entirely. A lot of people, when they first see this, they think, I gotta kill this guy. I gotta make sure he's out of here. However, speedrunners have found out that you can actually just, ignore him completely, dash, and continue going up. I find that really cool, and because of that, this platform may not be all that impressive by itself, but because it forces, casual players to think, get rid of this guy so that you can get on this platform, but also causes speedrunners to learn that you can go underneath it. This is really cool. I'm going to give this one an 8. I like it. And obviously, if you go down, you get, I think it's a King's Idol, and that's really about it from down there. But if we were to continue going up, this is towards the, the actual area for the Lost Kin / Broken Vessel fight. There's one platform here. It's not all that great or impressive. That's just a 5. You will actually start to see infected balloons. I think that was terrible. But you will start to see infected balloons trying to attack you from here on out. They can be okay, but they're also not that great. This one, too, is just kind of a 5. Its sole purpose is just maneuverability. That's about it. Now, here's actually something that is very strange. While I was researching, platforms in this area, if you were to have debug mod, you can see the outlines of every single wall, floor, ceiling, so on and so forth. However, in this specific spot, normally you'd think, yes, this is a multi-floored, thing, and therefore I'm not going to rank it. However, technically we're wrong. In here, I don't remember exactly where it is, there is an individual platform. I think it's about like right here. And I don't know why it's there. Now, the weird thing is that it's technically attached to this big platform with multiple floors, but according to the debug mod, it's like its own small thing. So I'm gonna say this is kind of like a question mark asterisk. Asterisk meaning, technically it doesn't count, but I'm also gonna put a question mark. I'll do question mark out of 10 because I don't know. I really don't know. If anyone has any solution as to what to do with this thing, I'm all ears. So please, leave a comment. What do you think this is going to be? But as we go, there's not really a whole lot left. Actually, even if we were to defeat Broken Vessel, I don't think there's actually any more platforms because they want to teach you to double jump. So, yeah, that's really about it. But here's actually something I did not actually consider. The Lost Kin fight. I kind of forgot about that. Well, here's the... I'll just do that here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's shoot. Do I know how to do this? I don't know if I know how to do this. I'm not sure if I know how to do this. We'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, be quiet for a second. Oh shoot, hold on. I forgot. I have Decoration Master on. Long story short, I'm just gonna go to the Lost Kin fight, see if I can do stuff with that. But I gotta turn off the mods first. There we go. Okay, what is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go to this save file. And, yeah, let's just, actually, wait. Yeah. Fun fact, I did not realize this, but, Crystal Dash is actually faster than No Clip, in case you were wondering. So if you're trying to, like, get from one place to another quickly with a No Clip or debug mod in general, it's actually faster to use Crystal Dash than it is to, you know, use No Clip, which I found very strange. But, I mean, I guess technically it also makes sense. So we're gonna go all the way to the hidden station, and we're gonna zoom all the way over to the Lost Kin fight. I also don't know why I'm overcharmed. Okay, I think this is how it works, right? Okay, consumables, mass vessels, items, bosses, respawn, ghost? No ghost in this area. Oh, duh, because I'm not in the same room. Is it right here? No ghost, respawn. Oh, Lost Kin. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go back in. Yay! Now we can actually see the platforms. Okay, the other thing that I will do is I will zoom out a lot, and then I'm gonna turn on the hitboxes so you can actually see the things. Actually, now that we're here, I might as well show you that one random thing as well. So with debug mod, we can actually see the platforms 1, 2, 3. I'll just rate them as I go. This initial platform that we, you know, spawn in on, this is a good, like, I'm gonna give this a 9. A good 9 out of 10. It's probably one of the better platforms because not only is it introduction to one of the harder fights of the game, it's also just a good introduction to this area as well. Most of these platforms, probably like a 6. Yeah, I think these groups all get a 6. This one is maybe like a 6.5. Nothing really special. Now, the thing is, I will be completely honest. This one probably only gets a 6. Maybe I was going to give it a 6.5. But I think a 6 is fair because I don't even use that platform, completely honestly. Main reason is because I fall down here to go right here. And it's way, way faster than having to go all the way around. However, for the sake of seeing every single, platform, I shall go all the way around. All of these platforms, they're just platforms to me. They all get 5, except for maybe this guy. This one gets a 5.5 because it's bigger. That's literally the only reason why. And at this point, I will say, I was actually not even tempted to go this way. When I first entered this area, and I was like, oh, it's Lost Kin stuff. I didn't even go this way. I actually dropped down this way and landed on this platform right here. So I'm going to be completely honest. These platforms specifically, these 3 platforms, this one, and this one, they get a 4. And then this one gets a 3. Because it's immediately underneath this one. And, yep, you can see why it's probably a 3, because you have to go underneath it. And if you miss, well then, or fall off on accident, it's kind of annoying to try and land back on that platform. And then this one gets a 5. Sole purpose, enter the fight. So that's how I would rank each and every one of these. Y'all ready for some cool speedruns? Ow. Let's do this. You're on, Lost Kin. You're one of my favorite fights. I'm just gonna beat you up for fun. I am taking a lot of hits all of a sudden. Yay, I did it. And I'm gonna get out of here. Believe it or not, you can actually leave most of the dream fights early by doing that. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's kind of interesting. Alright, no, but the thing that I was thinking about was this right here. What is this? What is this? Like, why is it here? I'm very, very confused. Look at this. I'm, like, so curious to the point where, like, if I made myself smaller, could I fit underneath it? Actually, wait, no, I have the power to do that by the power of mods. Wait, that's actually possible. I'm gonna test that out. Small Knight. Yes, in case you didn't know, there is a mod, it's literally just called Small Knight. S-M-O-L. K-N-I-G-H-T. But yeah, there's a mod called Small Knight, which allows you to change your size from big or small. So here's what it looks like. Small Knight options. Current size, normal, mid-game. Transform. For me, I bound it to backspace. And so you can use, small or big. So let's see how it'll work. Wait. Uh-oh. I seem to have accidentally been soft-locked. I accidentally opened up the save file that I was using Kaizo mod. Oops. I meant to click the first one. My bad. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we can see it. Alright, so as you can see, I am Small Knight. I am very, very small, and my hitbox, or not my hitbox, my hurt box itself is very small. And so what that means is, theoretically, because normal size, Knight was too big, maybe now we can actually go underneath it. I'm very, very curious. I would love to find out. Gosh, we are zooming across the screen. This way. Oh, my nail is also tiny. I love it. Oh wait, it's right here. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Whoa, what just happened? Why did it suddenly get so much darker? Toggle vignette. Okay, so as you can see, this is the thing, right? When we are normal night, why am I not changing? Oh, allowed, okay. Oh, well, whatever. When I'm normal night, I can't seem to go in between here. If I'm small night, I can go underneath. Yo! Hide and seek just got even better. Wait, actually though, that should be a thing. Fireborn, you should play hide and seek with small night and see what kind of shenanigans y'all can get up to. I can guarantee you this right here, no one knows about. Okay, well in that case, this platform has suddenly changed. I'm now gonna give this one a 9 out of 10, because it's that funny. If there's no other, actually, okay, no, I can't give it a 9 out of 10 with good faith. Because now, technically, yes, this is an individual floating platform. But what should I give it? What would be a fair ranking for this platform? I think an 8 out of 10 would be very fair. For the stupidity that, for some reason, this is a individual floating platform, even though visually it does not look like it. And I will be completely fair, when I'm researching for all the platforms, this was, I think, the only one I found. Most of the other areas, even the ones I haven't covered yet, I didn't see any platforms that were similar to like this one. So I think this was really about the only one. Also, I also just realized how loud everything is. I apologize. But yeah, I think this is worthy of an 8. It's still so strange, man. All right. Anyways, let's go back to our rankings. All right, back to our rankings. Let's take a quick look. Right, so we managed to do that one, and I suppose this one. Let's go ahead and change this. Right, we did not say that this was a question mark out of 10. In fact, we found out not only where the thing is, but we decided to change our little ranking system as well. This is now an 8 out of 10. I like this one. It's so funny. It's so strange too. Right here, just so that people know, this is where it is, and this is the floor underneath it. It is so strange to me, but I love it. All right, that was a fun little venture, but that's basically this whole entire left area. The only thing that's left is the abyss, really. Hi, this is Future Me here. I completely forgot that I did not rank these ones up here. These 4. There's not really much happening in this one. I'm gonna say this one's I'm gonna give this one a 6 because, you know, you have to go this way to get the grub, and we all know, we all know the grubs are worth it. This one, it's okay. I think it's cool. This one, actually no, this one's probably a 4 because its only purpose is for you to go up here or up there. This one does have geo on it, so it's kind of cool, but that's probably a 4. But I completely forgot that I did not rank these 4 platforms. I'm just saying that, and that's it. Hi, also Future Me again. I was just kind of looking around, and I realized I missed technically this one. If you look right here, right, there's technically a floating platform here too. However, something even weirder is that it technically isn't. right? Because obviously I can't go up through here. I'm trying to double jump. I can't go that way. But I can enter it this way. I don't know why it's here. I have no clue why. And if I go over here, at that point, I have no clue what's happening. If I turn on more hitboxes, it does tell me there's a thing there, but it's an orange hitbox, which means it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's either in the foreground or background. But, so then why is it here? Wait a second, wait, what? Hold on. I don't know if you can tell, but if I go all the way to this wall and I hit jump, I actually wall jump. That is one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Oh, wait, that's not even a floor. Listen carefully. You can hear me walking. And then it's gone. Which means this is not even a floor. This is isolated. Technically. So this one... Oh, dude, do I give this one a 10 out of 10? No, I can't. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10, though. Because it's so hidden and so dumbly placed that I have to wonder why. Which is also why I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Because it really just makes you wonder why. So, what? Well, this is the abyss. We're now going to transition over here into the Ancient Basin. Or the abyss. I'm getting everything mixed up. Oh my goodness. Words. Memory. But, yeah, this place. And in case you didn't know, this place is also hecking massive. Look how big this thing is. I've got, like, 30% of it on screen right now. But thankfully, there's actually not a whole lot in terms of location-wise. There's... The main locations, really, is Joni's... I think this is called Joni's Repose. The main area... There's only one, I think, in the birthplace. And there's a handful over here. But that's really about it. This upper right corner-ish really does nothing. It's just kind of filler. So, let's just start as we enter. Because we enter all the way up here. Hi, Hornet. When's the song coming out? Okay, if you don't know, that's also fine. In this case, I actually have to consider how to rank these. Because, believe it or not, this is not just a descent platforming segment. This is also an ascent platforming segment. Because when you dream nail yourself in the birthplace, you have to climb out of here. And I will be completely honest, yes, I have done the Abyss Climb speedrun. I think my time was like 26 seconds, 28 seconds. It's pretty good if I do say so myself. But also as someone who has done the Hollow Knight no movement challenge from the highest point to the lowest point and vice versa, this place was a nightmare. Oh my god, I hated this place. But to be completely honest, I'm going to first rank the one platform in the entirety of the birthplace because I think that is fair to do first. It is right here. It's so average. What more do you want? Like, what more can you say about it? It's just a platform. That's it. But that's really all I can say about that one. Everything else, well, we're gonna get there. So let's... Oh boy, let's do this. Firstly and foremostly, this is the lowest platform. This is the second lowest. But this lowest platform is pretty okay. Now, I will be completely honest, when I did my, no movement challenge, I came up with my own route for it to work specifically, and you had to have soul. However, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't remember the route. Even though I created it and I spent like 2 hours on it, I don't remember it. So, I'm going to pull up that video. Oh, by the way, in case you are wondering, I highly encourage you to watch that video because it's so insane, the loops and the route that I had to do, the way I had to go around it. It was very challenging and very hard, but it was also pretty fun. But I'm going to pull that up so that I can see which ones specifically were also very, very interesting. Okay, so this is my video. I'm just going to figure out what I did. Alright, so it looks like the first thing that I did was that I went to the leftmost platforms. So I went over here. This platform was my first one. And this platform, well, I guess technically you can say that it's not one platform because there's spikes in the middle. Right? Because you can say like, oh, it's right here. And right here is the danger zone. I guess you could say that, so I'm going to give this an asterisk. And I'm going to say that this one is a... Honestly, I'm going to give this one a 6.5. I want to give it a higher rating, but because of the spikes in the middle, and because it's pretty common that, you know, you just drop down, especially if your goal is to go over here into the Abyss Shriek, you can actually hit this one pretty commonly. It's actually not that hard to hit it. So I'm only going to give this one a 6.5. But it looks like most of these platforms are not as important. So I'm just going to say, you know, this one, 5. This one I'm going to say is a 5.5 because you have multiple options now. But what I will say, right, I also just noticed it now. These ones, I'm actually going to give these ones a little bit lower. Not necessarily because they have, you know, there's something bad about them, but it's because they lack anything that's good. Right? This one, its sole purpose to get up here, 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 and then go up here. But it's kind of more annoying to go that way when this way is just so much simpler. Granted, there is an armored crawlid here, but it's not all that bad. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. It's not that bad. So these ones kind of, I don't want to say suck, but they're not great either. So 4.5s at best. Now, I did forget about this one, and that's how, that itself should be a testament as to how not good this platform is. This one right here. Take a look at it. Out of all these platforms, right, there's this one. Who is landing on this platform if you're not just falling straight down from here? You actually have to go out of your way, oops, to climb this spiked wall to maybe make it over there. That's how annoying this platform is and how forgettable it is. In that regard, I'm just going to be completely honest. This one out here, this, it's so annoying. Like, what's the purpose of it? To keep you from falling all the way up here, all the way down to the floor? That's actually a hindrance. Because if the goal was to fall as quickly as possible, you would want to take this route because it has the least amount of things in it. This one, oh, I feel so bad saying this. I don't actually, don't take this out of context. This platform serves no purpose. This is a 0 out of 10 platform. It's worth nothing. This platform should disappear now. Okay, you know I don't necessarily mean that. This is a... actually, I kind of do. I'm going to be completely honest when I say I kind of do mean it. This platform is so unimportant and kind of useless. I can't even justify giving it a 1, because what's the purpose of it? There is no purpose of it. Oh, is this my first 0 out of 10? I feel like this is. I don't remember if there was a 0. There might have been a 1. But this is definitely one of the only 0s I think I'll ever have in this entire ranking platforms, like, series. Ugh. No, yeah, it serves no purpose. Oh god, I hate the fact that my brain instantly went to, you should disappear now. Okay, let's move on, this platform out here also is... Oh, actually, I should do this one first. This one probably gets like a 6. Again, it doesn't really do a whole lot other than get to the next one. But I will be completely honest when I say this. This platform specifically is kind of okay. It's this platform and this platform that also don't really serve, you know, many purposes whatsoever. But it is nice because it does add to the environment. Unlike this one, which really doesn't. honestly. So I'm going to say this one gets like a 2. This one probably also... Actually, no, this one gets a 3. Main reason, and the main reason only, is because I think I use this platform in my speedrun. Because I go here, here, to go up this way. But also, I'm going to give it a 3 because I did use it in my, my run from the lowest point to the highest point. Because I crystal dashed off this part over here. That's really about it. And these two platforms, these are actually good platforms. I like these two platforms because they're part of this bigger section as a whole. It's not that bad. So these ones, I think we'll get like a... I'm going to give this one a 6, and I'm going to give this one a 5.5 because it is kind of skinny. It is difficult to maneuver around. Now, these couple of platforms, they are interesting. I will say, I think most of them are probably going to get like a 6 or a 5, just because, their sole purpose is to just, it's a platforming segment. There's nothing really awesomely awesome about them, but there's also nothing really bad about them either. So I will also follow the route that I used for my no movement challenge. So I went here, I went there, and then I went over here. So I crystal dashed to the left. And then I stopped basically right here so that I can jump up, double jump, and then dash up there. But these two platforms, they're alright. They're alright. That's about it. 5.5 for both of them. This platform probably gets like a 4.5. There's not a whole lot to do with it. If anything, it's more difficult to try to get from this platform up here, or vice versa, than it is to get from here to over there, because this is where all the other platforms are located. This platform's just kind of out of the way, but it does give a little bit of barrier. Like, just a little bit. So I'm going to give it a 4.5, definitely below average. But I don't want to give it too much, because it does add to the nice aestheticness of it. Now, this platform here is, it's kind of interesting. It's not bad, but it's also not good either. I think a just, rating for this platform probably is just like another 4.5. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but it does look nice. And I did use this platform specifically on my challenge. So I went right here. I crystal dashed to the right, which, by the way, I should probably rank this one before we go on. 5. It's a pure 5. You go over here, you go up there. If you miss, well, you have all these other platforms to land on. But continuing with the challenge, I crystal dash all the way to the right so that I can land on this portion. Now, the reason why it's actually kind of annoying is because, or actually I did not land on that one. I landed on this platform right here. This platform right here is okay. It's not terrible, it's not the worst, but it's also not outstandishly either. 5. This one is honestly out of the way. I'm going to give this one a 3. Unlike this one just kind of has like a, oh, curiosity moment. And that's it. That's really about it. This one, I'll give it a 4.5. Because it is a small platform going here to go over here. Essentially, that's its only purpose. And if you miss, well, you land on the useless platform. Not that great. These platforms, 5.5 actually. I'm going to give that one a 5.5 because in my run, these spikes came in so clutch because you can pogo off them. And that's what I used in my challenge. So I'm mad grateful that they're there. But kind of moving on, these ones, unfortunately, all of them have, multiple surfaces per thing. So I can't actually rank them, unfortunately. So we are going to have to skip these ones and move on. In terms of, platforming, I guess, again, these ones don't really serve a whole lot of purpose. Like, I get the idea that if you're falling straight down, you want to see some platforms. They're not good, though. They're just not good. I think both of these ones deserve a 1, and this one, a 0.5. Like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be generous. I'm trying to think of a good reason why it's there other than the sake of it being there. And I can't really think of one other than, it's close to other platforms. Why do we have such low tier platforms in this area? Whatever. That's just what I see. That's what I see it. If you think they deserve more justice, I'm sorry. Please. What could be your reasoning? I'm so curious. But past this platform actually came in a little bit clutch. This platform was not bad, but it's also not the best, I suppose. I'm just gonna give this one like a 3.5. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but it does do a little bit. Now then, this platform right here. This is the weird one. Now, I say this is the weird one because if you were to look at the, my challenge run, not all of these walls are exactly walls. Some of them have little jutting things out there. I think it's right here. There's one like right here where I actually used to land there, turn around, and then jump back up here. So this platform specifically was clutch as heck in my challenge run. However, outside of the challenge run, this platform is not all that great. It's kind of okay. I'm going to give this one a 4, but it's not all the best. It's just kind of whatever. Same thing for like almost all these other ones on the left side. Like these ones, they're all okay. But let's continue with, my challenge run and see where we head to next. So it looks like I completely bypassed this platform, but this platform is not bad in general. I think this one probably gets a 4.5. I actually do like the addition of the armored crawlid here because it does give you soul. And realistically speaking, you've hit a lot of spikes on the way. Or other armored crawlids. So it's not that bad. I actually do like it because it does give you the opportunity to get soul. So 4.5, I don't want to give it lower because of that. But I also don't want to give it higher because, it doesn't really serve much else purpose. But in my challenge run, I do land on this platform next. And therefore, I do have to give it a little bit of a bias. So maybe like a 5.5. This one's sole purpose is to, maneuver around again. So it's not all that impressive. So I'm just going to give that one a 5. Same thing for these ones. Actually, no. This one probably gets a 4.5. Because you could just as easily go this way or even just go this way instead of going this way. So it's just kind of whatever. 5. Only purpose is to get to the next one. Now for this platform, let's just say it gets a... I'll give it a 5. I did use this platform in my challenge run, so that is important. That I'm going to be giving it a little bit of a higher score. Maybe I'll give it like a 5.5. Now this platform right here, this is one that I don't believe I used in my challenge run. But this platform, the spikes came in pretty clutch. This was not a bad platform. I think this one gets 5.5. It's pretty good. This one, I'm going to give it a 6. Mainly because it is like right in the middle. So if you do fall, this is actually your safe spot. Because most likely you are panicking when you're falling. So this is actually a pretty decent platform. Because it gives you a good bear of mind. It's not bad. So there's a couple of platforms down here. It's just kind of like okay-ish, I suppose. There's not really a whole lot of purpose to them. This one, sole purpose is so that you can see this. Like, these two things should be connected to each other. That's really its only purpose. Again, most of the platforms on the sides don't really serve much purpose other than, look around. There's stuff here. So this one probably gets like a 3. This one actually will get a 3.5 because of this armored crawlid. Most likely, you probably got hit by him, started panicking, and landed on this one as your safe haven. But outside of this little safe haven, it doesn't really serve much purpose. So it's just kind of there, I guess. And then you have these couple platforms. I'm just going to give this one like a 5. Because it does look kind of cool, I will be completely honest. But that's really about it. This one, probably 5. Yeah, most of these ones are probably going to get a 5, like this one. 5. This one probably just gets a 5. Its only purpose is really to get across. That's about it. And this one doesn't have any walkable surfaces. So I think I did this before. This one, I'll put a little asterisk. I'm going to say it gets an S out of 10 for spikes. That's really about it. Now this platform here can be pretty nice. I say pretty nice mainly because, you know, Joni's Repose is right there. This is probably the one that you're going to land on. This one probably gets like a 5.5. Not like a whole lot of awesome stuff, but that's really about it. This platform, I specifically remember this platform in my no movement challenge. This one was it was really nice because I'm pretty sure there is a respawn point right here, which means if you were to hit any spikes, or if you as long as you don't hit any other respawn points, if you hit the spikes, this is where you'll respawn, which is really nice. So I made sure to try and land it in some spikes if I was falling. But this one is good. I'm going to give this one a 6.5. This one looks like another spikes only. These ones, I don't think I really care much for that one. I actually can't rate this one because it has 2 walkable surfaces, even though it's really small. But this one, it's cute. 5.1. This will be the only time I do a 5.1 or a 0.1. I like to go in halves because it's very consistent and very nice. But this is the only one that's gonna get a 5.1 because it's cute. It's kind of quaint, a little dandy, I suppose. But that's really about it. I can only justify that much. Oh boy. I am only like 2/3 of the way. Oh my goodness, look how many there are. Oh, there's so much. Anyways, so moving on. These ones are okay. I actually kind of think these ones are nice because this is quote-unquote the intended route to go up here to either there or up there to get Geo. That's really about it. But this one is not that bad because it gives you Geo. I'm going to say this one gets a 5.5 because of its unique shape. But then there's this one. The only purpose really, again, is just to get over there. This one, probably a 5. This one, shoot. See, this is where we're going to get a little bit interesting because now I'm going to take into consideration the challenge run as well. So I want to make sure that I get things properly. Let me just make sure I get there. Okay, so I will say this one does have a loading zone, or not loading zone, a respawn point. Pretty clutch. I guess this one gets a 5.5. This one I used to kind of jump off it and then turn myself around so I can face this way. Or I guess to the right. Didn't really do a whole lot, but I guess this one gets a 5. Doesn't really do much else. It's up here where things really start to get interesting, especially during my run. Oh, dude, I had to use as many things as I could to, get precise. And I'm talking like precise movement. But some of these ones are just kind of whatever. This one is one of those ones. I'll honestly give this one a 4. Does not seem to serve much purpose because to the left is spikes. Below it, Joni's Repose. To the right, the normal platforms, I guess. Alright, and then this one probably just gets a 5. Its main goal, I guess main purpose, move on. Same thing with this one. This one, 5. 5. This one, probably also just a 5. Even though it does have the armored crawlid, it's kind of whatever. Now this one specifically, right? These ones I didn't really use, I don't think I used in my challenge run. Yeah, it does not seem as though I use these couple of platforms in my challenge run. They don't really serve much purpose, but they do serve the purpose of getting to here. So they're not useless. They're just kind of not all that helpful in this game. So really, one... Actually, no, yeah, let's give them 1.5. Make them feel a little okay. And this one... Let's give this one a 2.5. I can't really justify giving it a 3, but a 2.5 sounds pretty good, because once you break this rock, it doesn't have any purpose anymore. That's, like, why is it there at that point? But this platform specifically, right? We're now, like, close to the top. This platform is very important, especially for my run. In my no movement challenge run, there is a respawn point right here, and that is mad clutch. The reason why is because the moment I get here, anytime I need to reset my position, I can just crystal dash all the way over here and reset. Or I can go on the other side, go here, fall all the way down, and then hit these spikes. So it's both very, very important for me. This one, like, I want to remove as much bias as I can, but I want to give this one a 6.5 bare minimum. And then these platforms were a nightmare. These series of platforms, to an average, casual player, they're just platforms. But to a challenge runner like me, these platforms were the worst. So, yeah, I'm gonna rank them as best as I can. And I hope, take it with a grain of salt. This is where things are gonna get a little bit crazy. Alright, so it looks like in my run, it was, I think, this platform that was kind of the important one. Or not this one, to get here. So this one, I'm going to say is a 5.5. These ones are just kind of there for aesthetics, so I'm just going to give them a 5. Even from a normal perspective, they're okay. That's really about it. This one and this one. This is where things can get a little bit confusing, because this platform was very important in my run. This platform was also very, very important in my run. This one not as much, but it's a nice platform because on the way down, this is not a bad platform. But I will give this one a 5.5. I will give this one a 5.5. And I actually want to give this one a 6. Not just because it was important in my challenge run, but also just as a casual perspective. On your way down or on your way up, this is a good, sign. The moment you see this one, you're close to the top. Or on the way down, you see this one and you already know what's gonna happen what's gonna happen on your way down. So upon seeing this one, you realize enemy, spikes. What do I expect later on? More enemies, more spikes. So this is already a pretty good platform. This is a 6. Yeah. It's a good platform. Let's give it a 6.5. These two platforms, from a casual perspective, is okay, I guess. Your first thought upon entering the abyss is jumped onto this platform. So it's a good platform, don't get me wrong. But outside of that, it's only okay. So I'm going to give this one a 6.5 because of its significance for either leaving or entering the abyss. Same thing with these ones, but these ones are also very important in my challenge run as well. They became very, very important. This platform specifically is one that I used, and I had to use the Vengeful Spirit knockback, or I guess technically, what is it? Shade Soul knockback, or pushback to land on this platform specifically. Oh man, this one was very important for me. I want to give this one a 6. And that's with my bias. If you want to give this one a 5, I'm very much okay with that. Same thing for this one. This one was also important, but not that important. Even from a casual perspective, I think a 5.5 is okay. But yeah, that's what I would, and that's what I'm willing to give it. Let me put it that way. And that is all of these platforms Ranked. In both the mindset of a casual player, a speedrunner, and a challenge runner, this is where I would rank all of them. And we're not even done. We still have more. So let's start with the easy one. Let's start with over here. Actually, no, we should probably continue with how we should go. Let's do Jonas Repose next. Jonas Repose, I will be completely honest, this place is very forgettable. Not necessarily because it's not important or, it's just kind of like, oh, no one really cares about this place. It's because you only go through this place once. You go through it once, you're done. You never go back. And the reason why is because the moment you get the item, right? Lifeblood Core. I think it's Lifeblood. No, it's Lifeblood Heart, Lifeblood Core, and then Joni's Blessing. Once you get Joni's Blessing, you get kicked out. And the door closes again. So this ivy door opens, and then it closes, and you never get to go back in. So really, this place is very forgettable. However, that does not mean it's challenging, because it is challenging. Right? The moment you walk in and you see thorns, 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 thorns. Oh boy, this is a platforming difficult segment. So I'm just going to rank them in their difficultiness. At least as far as I'm aware, there is no speedrun of this area. So it's just kind of like, I can't really do it in a speedrun sense. However, I think that would be pretty cool. Right? I think it would be pretty cool for, enter Abyss with 14 Lifeblood masks already pre-equipped. And then see who, if you can get Joni's Blessing the fastest. I think that would actually be a pretty cool speedrun. But, upon entering, this right here is a important, platform. Teaches you immediately get good. So this one gets a 6. The only purpose of this one is to give you false sense of hope to go up here, either get hit by that because you're bad, or drop down and panic. So this one, that's a 4. Definitely a 4. In case you, didn't know, I don't know how people don't know, but if you hold up or down in Hollow Knight, you get to look up or down and see what's above or below you. I don't know how people don't know that, but I didn't know that for a long time. This one, it's a 5. Had you gone the normal way, you could probably see it, so it's not bad. This one's also a 5. This one is a 5. This one's a 5. But then, now we start to get into the hard areas. This one is 5.5. It's not hard, but it's, trying to get out of here this way is normal, but most people, or at least I, try to go this way, and I ended up hitting these spikes pretty often, so maybe that's just a skill issue on me. But this platform is hard. This one's really hard. I'm going to give this one a 3 point... I'll put it here. I'll put it 3.5 here for this platform because of these spikes. Trying to get up here is already kind of annoying, let alone trying to leave this platform without dropping down. Right? Because my first instinct upon going here is to go this way, not go down just to go back up. So I end up hitting these spikes a lot. And for most people, they might think that too, unless they realize there's a platform underneath me, I should just fall down. So that's a 3.5. This platform is such a troll. There's really no purpose other than dashing, pogoing to get up there. In terms of that part, you are using your brain, you are utilizing what you have. That's pretty cool. I'm going to give this one a 4.5. This one is kind of like the safe spot. So is this one. They're just going to get 5s. Nothing really hard, nothing really bad. I can't necessarily rank this one, so I'm just going to skip that one because it is attached to the floor / walls. So I'm going to have to skip that one. Moving on, this platform. Oh, this platform, man. This one gets a 5.5. The moment you go down here, this is actually a trust fall. Once you're here and you look down, you actually can't see this platform. All you see is up to here. This is like the limit. So you have to have a trust. You have to have a leap of faith and just land there. And the moment you're here, you immediately recognize, oh shoot, there's more. And so now you have to play the very careful game. And so this was probably a 5. This one is probably a 4.5 because now it branches off. Sure, you can go this way and this way. But yeah, this way is a little bit safer, even if it's not immediately that case because of these spikes. And this one is kind of like a safe spot. This is a 5. And again, we have another wall spike. Yeah, I also don't think it's possible to go through this way, so it's not like I even care to rank this one even with an asterisk. But this one, I don't know, something about this one is so cool to me. It's spiked along the bottom and the sides, and it has one walkable surface. I don't know, something about this one is really cool to me. I want to give this one a 6. I have no real evidence or basis in it, but I think it's cool. And then upon this one, there's not actually much else, because a lot of them are attached to either more walls, floors, or, you know, other walkable surfaces. Because if you go the correct route, which is this way, you go up here, and you're done. This is Joni's Blessing. However, if you go the other way, I think you can get an arcane egg. And, shoot, I actually don't know. I don't know if this is a floating platform or if it extends all the way down. But what I can confirm are these two. These two, right? The only way to get here, you go down this way, and then you crystal dash your way all the way across. From here, you have to land on this one. I think this is actually really cool. It's not hard, but it is a very nice challenge. And you are rewarded with an arcane egg, which gives you 1800 geo. So it's really nice. This platform, I'll just put a star, because I don't know if it's actually floating or not. But I would give this one a 7. This one, 7. And this one, 8. This one is nice, because it has the arcane egg. But yes, that also means if you get Joni's Blessing before you get the arcane egg, you can no longer get it. Or at least that's what I'm aware of. I have not really been able to go back in without, you know, cheating, of course. So as far as I'm aware, this is a one-time deal. You miss it, it's gone. If you get it, good for you. But that is Joni's Repose. There's a lot of platforms. Some of them are really hard. Some of them are, well, not as hard. They're pretty nice, but that seems to be the entirety of that area. And we're still not done. We have the other half of the Abyss, aka the Sibling Climb, as well as the Shade Cloak. I think the transition there's only one real platform. These ones are connected, and then there's Void. This one actually is a very good one. I'm going to give this one a 6.5, but allow me to explain why. At this point, you can see these Void tendrils. Like, that's pretty obvious. You avoid them just by jumping and dashing over. However, this one is starting to understand, hey, you need to be able to start getting used to this. The Void down here will reach up and hit you. You have to start getting good. So in that regard, I think it's pretty nice. And then the Sibling Climb. Oh gosh, this is bright. But no, yeah, the Sibling Climb is actually not that bad. Sure, they deal 2 masks of damage and 4 when you're overcharmed, but I'm gonna be completely real. This climb is not that bad platform-wise. It's actually super easy. Especially if you know how to maneuver around the siblings and just pogo off of them. Most of these platforms are, like, pointless. They're pretty easy, actually. So I'll be completely honest when I say this. Most of the platforms here are not going to be rated very high. Like, this one right here, this is a 5. You see your first sibling and you think, okay, I can take him. You go on to the next mandatory platform and you go up here, another 5. You see another sibling and you go, easy, I can take him. This platform gets a 4 because the moment you get here, you beat this guy up and you immediately recognize, uh-oh, there's more. In fact, there's 2 more. And so you might want to retreat, or you might want to push forward. And then you get up here. And then you see another sibling. You defeat him, you go up here, immediately everything starts to go into chaos. Because there's multiple of these guys. And if you get cornered over here, this is the only, like, real bad platform. Because this guy will also see you if you get too close. Especially if you try to jump up here. he will see you. And at this point, now you have 3 siblings trying to get you. And if you fall, well, you fall onto one of these ones. And most likely, you will fall here. You're going to try to go over here, which means you're going to miss this one. And you're going to go all the way down here. Realistically speaking, that's probably going to happen because it's also happened to me a couple of times. And then this platform, yeah. And then after this, it actually gets very simple. And there's really nothing else. So this sibling climb into the lighthouse is not hard per se. It's more annoying. And that's really about it. If you're even decent at this game, this climb is not difficult. If you're good at this game, this climb is super easy. And if you're new to this game, if you're just a casual, this climb can seem a little bit challenging. Which is why, you know, it's not lower, but it's also not that high either. And then you make it all the way over here. Now, I will be completely honest, there is actually a really cool platforming segment. I think it's located here with the DLC, the Pale Court DLC. I'm not even going to try to, you know, rank that part, but it's really cool. It's really fun. And yes, Sharp Shadow is required, just so that you are aware. But it's really fun. I think I beat it in like 10 minutes. I think. Somewhere around there. But over here, there's no singular platform. Except for this one. This is, I don't want to say the holy grail of platforms, but this is a good platform. Right? Technically, there's nothing here. This arm, not attached. I believe you can actually fall straight through. But this platform is where you get the Shade Cloak, which allows you to dash through hurt boxes. And my goodness, this is good. This Chozo statue, thank you for being here and giving us the Shade Cloak. And the Shade Lord, whoever you might be, that's somewhere in the abyss, I think. Thank you for giving this ability to us. This one is most definitely a 9.5 out of 10. It's so good. It gives you an ability. It's a platform. Oh, I could go on. But then again, it's not a 10. Because the moment you get this platform, the moment you get your Shade Cloak, you're out of there. You don't come back to this place. Unless you're doing lore hunting. And so because of that, I can't, with good faith, give it a 10. I want to, but the moment you get Shade Cloak, you're out. And that's really about it. So unfortunately, a 9.5 is the absolute highest I can give it. If you think it's worth like an 8.5 or like even an 8, I still think that's okay. But yeah, that is everything, I think. Right? We have reached the end. That is the entirety of the Abyss. Oh my goodness, that's so many. As well as the entirety of the Ancient Basin. Oh boy. This was a doozy. And don't worry, I'll be doing not Pale Court. I'll be doing the White Palace and Path of Pain eventually. Don't worry, I'll be doing those too. But I wanted to start off with something small. You know, it has been a couple of months, and yeah, I just wanted to start off with something small. But anyways, this was all of the floating platforms ranked in both the Abyss and the Ancient Basin because they're kind of lumped into one big area. But yeah, again, take it with a grain of salt. And hey, if you want to rank something else, by all means, do it. But yeah, that's all the platforms. Oh. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day or your night, depending on your availability. You know, if you want to subscribe, cool, awesome, thank you. I'm working on a lot of stuff, and I have to edit everything myself because I am a teacher. I don't have time to do things, and it takes a long time for me to do stuff. But yeah, if you did enjoy, comment. What do you think I should do next? And in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Good night.